It's late night. The quiet hum of Lagos fills the air. A mansion in Ikoyi glows faintly under the restless moon. Inside, secrets breathe louder than the night itself. When a man's sins begin to whisper his name in the dark, even money cannot buy silence. Chief Bamidele Ogunyemi, mid-50s, sits behind his mahogany desk. His white kaftan glistens under the soft glow of a desk lamp. A half-full glass of whiskey trembles slightly in his grip. The newspaper on his table screams a headline. Business tycoon face new corruption allegations. Court hearing shocks Lagos. Chief's jaw tightens. He tosses the paper aside. So this girl wants to play hero? She doesn't know who she's dealing with. He sips from his glass, eyes burning with calculation. Her name once again is Amaka Nwosu, the young lawyer whose bold tongue had sliced through lies that had stood for years. And for the first time, Chief Bamidele Ogunyemi, the untouchable man, felt fear. Flashback earlier that day. Amaka stands tall, confident, holding a file. Chief sits in the witness box, eyes hard but watchful. Amaka said, Chief Ogunyemi, can you please explain your connection to one Mr. Bello Musa, the man who vanished after the River State project fraud? A murmur ripples through the courtroom. Chief's expression freezes. His lawyer leans close, whispering rapidly, I have nothing to say about that dead man. Now realizing himself back to reality, Chief's face twitches at the memory. He slams his fist on the table. Who told her that name? Who? Chief slams newspaper, grabs phone, dials Tunde's mobile. Hello Dad, what's going on? I saw the papers. People are talking weird. People always talk Tunde. That's what Lagos does best. But that's not why I called son. Find out who fed that girl the name. Make her stop. Dad, you can't keep hiding everything from me. I work with you. I have a right to know what's happening. All you need to know, my son, is that this girl, this Amaka Nwosu girl, doesn't understand who she is fighting, and she won't stop unless we make her stop. Tunde frowns, sensing the darkness behind his father's words. Dad, please, don't do anything stupid. You always say power isn't about fear, right? Son, sometimes fear is the only language people understand. Tunde exhales, uneasy. Well, I'll look into it, Dad. Behind every mask of pride lies a trembling heart. But Chief's fear wasn't for the court, it was for the past. Later that night, Chief lies in bed beside Adesua, his wife. She sleeps peacefully, unaware of the storm brewing inside of him. The phone on his table vibrates. A message appears from an unknown number. She knows about Musa Bello. Handle it before it's too late. Chief stares at it, eyes darkening. In that same night, Mama Ifeoma sits by her small oil lamp, flipping through an old photo album. Her wrinkled fingers pause on a picture. A young man smiling beside a truck marked Musa Bello Construction Limited. She sighs deeply, whispering, Ah, Musa, after all these years, your name don't reach Lagos again. Amaka enters, still in her work clothes, exhausted but proud. Mama, I did it. The case went very well. Even Chief Ogunyemi looks shaking. Mama Ifeoma looks up slowly, her face pale. You mentioned Musa Bello in court? Yes, Mama. Why? You know him? Her mother stares into the flame, silent for a long time. Child, there are names that should never be spoken lightly of. Musa Bello wasn't just a businessman. He was a man caught between loyalty and death. Now Amaka is confused. Mama, what are you saying? Chief Ogunyemi, he was there the night Musa disappeared. Amaka freezes. Come on now, Amaka knew something about Musa's associations with Chief. But just knowing that Chief was there in the night that Musa disappeared is quite a new discovery. In Lagos, truth travels like wind, invisible, but powerful enough to uproot giants. At about same time, Chief opens his old safe. Inside are files, passports, a gun, and a faded photo. Himself shaking hands with Musa Bello in front of a construction site. You should have stayed dead, Musa. He shuts the safe with a deep metallic thud. Same night, a figure steps out of a small boat, limping slightly. His face is scarred, eyes sharp with revenge. Bamidele, I warned you. Now it's my turn. The night was heavy with silence, the kind that made even the air feel suspicious. Inside a sprawling Ogunyemi mansion, Adesua sat by the window, unable to sleep. Since that night encounter with Musa, every sound in the house made her flinch. Every flicker of light seemed to whisper, "He is watching me." The door creaked. She turned sharply. It was Tunde, tall and calm, dressed in a dark t-shirt and joggers. His clean-shaven face looked tired, yet alert. "You're awake again," he said softly. "That's the third night in a row, Mom." Adesua gave a faint smile. Though her heart raced, she appreciated how he still called her Mom, even though she wasn't his real mom. But there was distance, always had been. "Just thinking," she murmured. "Your father's trip to Abuja is taking longer than usual." Tunde frowned slightly. "Dad has been restless lately. I even heard him making calls late at night. He says it's business, but..." He stopped. The air between them grew tense. "But what?" "Never mind," Tunde said, forcing a smile. "You should get some rest." As he walked out, Adesua could feel that he knew something too, something he wasn't saying. Across the city, Amaka Umunsu sat in her small law office, staring at the wall clock. Past midnight. She rubbed her temples, exhausted but restless. She had spent days chasing leads on Musa Bello, the man Chief Bamidele swore was dead. Yet, the more she dug, the clearer it became. Someone didn't want the truth to come out. On her desk lay an unmarked brown envelope that had been slipped under her office door earlier that evening. She hadn't opened it yet. Finally, with a deep breath, she tore it open. Inside were 3 photographs. One showed a man in a white kaftan standing near a mosque in Agidi. Another showed him entering a herbal shop. The last showed him lighting candles before dawn. Written on the back in a shaky hand, "He lives and he's watching Chief." Amaka's blood ran cold. It was Musa, alive. Her phone buzzed. She didn't even look at the number. "Mama," she said quickly, "you were right. Chief lied. Musa is alive." There was silence on the line. Mama Ifeoma's voice, low and trembling. "Amaka, listen to me carefully. Leave that case. Some truths are not meant to be found." "Mama, you don't understand." "I do," she snapped. Then softer. "You think this is just about corruption? That man Ogunyemi, he destroyed lives to become who he is." Amaka's grip on the phone tightened. "Mama, what are you hiding?" There was a pause, then a whisper. "Ask him about 1998. Ask him what happened in Kano. That's where your answers lie." Before Amaka could respond, the call dropped. Back at the mansion, Chief Bamidele was in his private study. The lights were dim. A decanter of brandy sat half empty on his desk. He stared at a photograph, a younger version of himself standing beside Musa Bello. 2 men once bound by brotherhood, now separated by betrayal. His phone buzzed. "Sir," a deep voice said, "the lawyer girl. She's digging too deep. Handle it quietly. I don't want blood. Not yet." He ended the call, drained his glass, and muttered to himself, "Musa, if you are truly alive, then it's time we settled what started that night." Outside the compound, a shadow moved near the gatehouse. It was Musa, watching the mansion from a distance. His lips curved into a grim smile. "The time for prayers is over," he whispered. "Now it's justice." To be continued. Listening to Heartstring Stories. Stay tuned for episode 3.